Hello everyone, welcome, my name's Ali. Today I'll be directly comparing the PlayStation 4 version of Call of Duty Ghosts with the Xbox One version of Call of Duty Ghosts. This gameplay has been recorded directly from the consoles via HDMI in the maximum quality possible. There are no colour corrections, no editing at all, apart from cutting the clips together to either of the gameplay footages. This is literally presenting the gameplay to you guys. I will note that watching this on YouTube is not a direct reflection of how these games will look on the various consoles when you're looking at it on your screen. To actually play these games on a screen in front of you with your own eyes will be the best way to actually take a look at these games. However, I have tried to present this gameplay in the most accurate form possible. As I said, watching this in full screen in 1080p will be the best way of doing that. I'm not here to tell you which version of the game you should get or which console you should get. I'm just here to present to you guys the facts so you can hopefully make a better opinion and judgment and decision if you haven't decided which console to get yet. One of the very first facts to present to you guys is the fact that the PlayStation 4 plays Call of Duty Ghosts at 1080p natively, which means it's physically producing 1080p quality for Call of Duty Ghosts. However, the Xbox One can only do 720p. This means that if you're playing on a 1080p screen, you can definitely tell the differences between the two. The PlayStation 4 version of Call of Duty Ghosts looks a lot crisper in 1080p. I play on a 24-inch monitor. I honestly didn't think I'd be able to tell the difference between 1080p on the PlayStation 4 and 720p on the Xbox One, but I can tell you with my own eyes that when you're playing on a screen and playing in 1080p, the PlayStation 4 version looks a lot crisper. However, the Xbox One version has slightly greater contrast and the colours are a little bit more vibrant. So if you're watching this, you're still undecided and you generally want to make a decision between the two consoles and you play predominantly Call of Duty, there are three things you need to consider: the screen you play on, who you play with, and your controller preference. First of all, the controller. I've done a comparison of the PlayStation 4 controller versus the Xbox One controller. You should definitely take a look at that because the controllers for these new systems are very different to their previous generation controllers, so that's definitely worth taking a look at. In terms of the screen you play on, if you're playing on a large screen that is compatible with 1080p, PlayStation 4 will look better when playing Call of Duty Ghosts. It will look crisper around the edges. However, if you're playing on a small screen that only goes up to 720p, the differences between the two will be very, very slight, aside from the fact that the Xbox One version will look a little bit more colourful. Finally, it all depends on what your friends are playing as well. If your friends are leaning towards one console, it's probably worth going along with them just so you can play with them and enjoy that social interaction. It's also worth noting that if you played on a PlayStation 3 previously, your PSN account and all of the details and all the leveling you did on your PlayStation 3 will be carried over to the PlayStation 4, and that's the same for the Xbox One and the 360. If you had a lot of gamer score on the Xbox 360 and you'd ranked up and progressed in Call of Duty Ghosts on 360, all of that will carry over to the Xbox One version. So this is very much a personal preference. As I said at the beginning of the video, the differences between the two is very, very small. However, it'd be cool to know what you guys are currently thinking in the comment section down below. Are you picking up either of the consoles, none of the consoles, or both of the consoles? Here on my channel, I will be covering both consoles, playing Call of Duty on both consoles. It is worth noting that all of the DLC for Call of Duty Ghosts will be coming to the Xbox One first, around about a month before the PlayStation 4. So that is something worth noting if you're an avid Call of Duty fan as well. But this brings us towards the end of the video. Make sure you're giving it a thumbs up and supporting the video. Thank you to all of you guys that do that. Really, really appreciate it. Make sure you're also subscribing for all future videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you very soon on another one of my videos.